My name is Tyra Lukens, and I am running for mayor of Eden Prairie. As you may know, I was mayor of Eden Prairie for 5 years, from 2002 to 2006, and on the city council for 7 years prior to that. I took a 4-year hiatus. I did not run for mayor in 2006, and now I am back, and I would really appreciate the opportunity to serve as Eden Prairie mayor once again. During my tenure on the city council, one of the biggest issues that came up when we did city surveys was a concern that the residents have about transportation and traffic issues. And during my tenure, we did make a number of inroads to transportation improvements in the area of roads, for example. We had improvements done to Pioneer Trail, we had widening of 494 through Eden Prairie, and we had the extension of 212, which have all drastically improved the transportation system and allow traffic to move through Eden Prairie better than before. Today I want to talk about some other transportation issues. I want to talk about trails, rails, and buses. And people might not normally think about trails as part of the transportation system, but they really are. People are taking our trails and our sidewalks to get to work, to get to school, to get to activities, and they're using them simply for recreation. We developed our trail system as far back as 1976, and it was a very innovative program at the time. So we've had a number of years to grow and extend our trails. At the present time, we have nearly 200 miles of sidewalks and trails, and these can be broken down into transportation trails, recreational trails, cross-country ski trails, and nature trails. So there are really 4 different kinds of things. We know that these are highly valued by Eden Prairie citizens. Our surveys have shown that 89–90% of citizens have used the trail system, and they are the most valued part of our park and recreation system. The other aspect that I wanted to discuss was rails. For 8 years now, there has been a Hennepin County organized study looking into the possibility of light rail going through the southwestern part of the Twin Cities, going through and/or ending up in Eden Prairie. Right now, that study is in the 18-month draft environmental impact statement phase. I've had the opportunity to work on the policy advisory committee for the light rail for 8 years, ever since it started. And I am there simply to represent the citizens of Eden Prairie and the interests of Southwest Transit. I am not in a position to advocate whether or not we should have light rail. I am there simply to make sure that if it does come to Eden Prairie, that it's in the best location possible to have the least impact on residential areas and have the most advantageous placement for businesses and for densely populated areas that might be using light rail more than less populated areas. This light rail system would not be built with any tax dollars coming directly from the city of Eden Prairie. The funding sources would be transit taxing dollars, transit sales tax, money from the Hennepin County Regional Rail Authority, state dollars, and federal transit administration dollars. Hennepin County will be the body that will be deciding whether or not light rail will go through in the southwest and whether or not it will extend into Eden Prairie. If this is done, it's anticipated that the frequency of rail on that transit line will be about every 7.5 minutes, which would really move people into downtown, allow people to hook up with the Hiawatha Corridor and the Central Corridor to get over to the university or to downtown St. Paul. So it would add some good things to our transit system. But the difficult decision about how the dollars are spent for transit and for transportation will be done by Hennepin County at this point. The final thing that I wanted to talk about was buses. Southwest Transit is the bus system that serves the southwest cities of Eden Prairie, Chanhassen, and Chaska. And I've worked with Southwest Transit for 16 years now on its board of directors, and we have a wonderful product with Southwest Transit. We have about 60 buses in the system. We give over 1 million rides a year. It's particularly popular for state fair visits, and we added twin service this year, regular twin service on weekdays, which has been extremely popular. Every survey that we have done of our riders has shown that they think that we're a fabulous system. We get kudos for cleanliness of the buses, attitude of the staff, on-time performance. Our on-time performance is about 99.5%, which is really wonderful. And it's a very safe way to get downtown. Recently, we have been dealing with funding cuts to transit, and as a result, we've had to make some changes in the lines. We've had to find some efficiencies administratively, and we're always looking for ways to save money and to provide transit in a more cost-effective manner. Right now, you can ride a bus downtown, if you're a senior, for 75 cents. If you are not a senior but you are an adult, the fare is $1.75 to $3 depending upon the time of day that you are going. But it's a very reasonable way to go. Southwest Transit has won a number of awards over the course of the years. In 2004, we won the American Public Transit Association Award as the Outstanding Public Transit System of the Year. In 2008, we won the American Public Transit Association's Gold Safety Award. We also won the Minnesota Public Transit System's Outstanding System Award, and last year we again won the Public Transit Association's Gold Safety Award. These are just a few of the many awards that Southwest Transit has received for their great service, and I hope you take an opportunity to get on a bus and ride it. I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised if you are not already a Southwest Transit user. I've really enjoyed working on transportation and transit issues while I've been involved with Eden Prairie City Council. Even when I quit being mayor in 2006, I continued to be active with Southwest Transit and with the light rail planning. So I have a wealth of opportunity about the issues, and I would really look forward to working for the citizens of Eden Prairie to continue to build a strong transportation system that gets us around as residents, gets workers to the jobs, gets customers to our stores. It really is a boon to the economy if we have a great transportation system. So thank you, and I hope you'd consider voting for me in the fall.